The night did not announce its cruelty with thunder or sirens. It slipped in quietly, disguised as an ordinary evening, until one sudden, desperate gasp shattered the illusion of safety. In the narrow space behind a small neighborhood restaurant, where steam from dishwater mixed with the smell of frying oil, a young woman's world began to collapse under the grip of someone who believed power was taken, not earned. She did not know that unseen eyes were already fixed on the shadows, that disciplined instincts honed in distant war zones had locked onto the danger, unfolding only a few steps away. Before the story pulls you deeper into the darkness and the light that follows, pause for a moment. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and the quiet courage that still exists in this world, take a second to like this video, share it with someone who needs hope, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel name. Your support helps stories like this reach hearts that may need them most. The restaurant had been built by calloused hands and stubborn hope. Its owner had arrived years ago with little more than a recipe notebook and the promise he made to his daughter that life would be better than the one he left behind. The place was modest, squeezed between louder businesses, but it was clean, warm, and honest. His daughter grew up there, doing homework at a corner table, learning how to smile at strangers even on hard days, learning that dignity came from effort. That night, she stayed late to help close, unaware that someone had been watching her for reasons far darker than hunger. The thug was not a mastermind or a legend, just a man shaped by bad choices and worse anger. He moved through the city believing fear was a currency, and when he saw the young woman alone behind the restaurant, he mistook vulnerability for weakness. The moment unfolded fast and slow at the same time. Her breath caught in shock, her hands scrambling for balance, her mind racing through memories of her father's tired smile and the unfinished life she still wanted to live. The alley felt suddenly smaller, the walls pressing in as panic threatened to steal her strength. What she did not see was the quiet car parked across the street, engine off, windows dark. Inside sat a Navy SEAL on leave, a man whose body carried scars that never made it into photographs, whose mind was trained to notice what others ignored. Beside him, alert and still, was his K9 partner, muscles coiled, ears tuned to the subtle shifts in sound and scent that meant trouble. They had stopped only to eat, nothing heroic planned, no expectation that the war would follow them home. But danger has a way of revealing itself to those who have learned its language. The SEAL noticed the irregular movement first, a shape where there should have been none. The K9 stiffening a heartbeat later. Years of training erased hesitation. While the world for the young woman narrowed to survival, another world snapped into focus across the street, one ruled by clarity and purpose. The SEAL did not rush blindly. He assessed, calculated distance, weighed the presence of bystanders, and prepared to act with the precision that had once kept entire teams alive. The struggle behind the restaurant grew more desperate. Strength drained quickly, fear threatening to win. Yet somewhere inside the young woman, something refused to give up. It was the memory of her father wiping tables long after midnight, the belief that her life mattered, the stubborn hope she had inherited without realizing it. That spark kept her fighting just long enough for fate to close the distance. When the SEAL moved, it was decisive and controlled, not driven by rage, but by responsibility. The K9 followed as if connected by thought alone, a silent force trained not for cruelty, but for protection. The thug's confidence shattered in an instant, replaced by confusion and terror, as the power he relied on vanished. The alley that had felt like a trap became a place of rescue. The weight lifted, breath returning in painful, precious gulps. The aftermath was quiet, almost unreal. The young woman collapsed against the cold brick, shaking as the realization of survival washed over her. The SEAL kept his presence calm and steady, a human anchor in a moment when the world felt unreliable. The canine remained close, a living reminder that loyalty and courage still existed in forms both human and animal. No speeches were made, no medals awarded. There was only the simple truth that a life had been saved because someone chose to act. News of the incident spread through the neighborhood, not with sensational headlines, but through whispered gratitude. The restaurant owner learned what had happened and felt the kind of relief that brings a person to their knees. He had always believed the world could be harsh, but that it could also be kind if you looked closely enough. That night proved him right in a way he would never forget. For the young woman, healing was not instant. Nightmares lingered, trust came slowly, and the alley remained a place she avoided. But something else grew alongside the fear. It was a deeper appreciation for life, a resolve to live fully, and a quiet admiration for the unseen protectors who walked among ordinary people. She returned to the restaurant with a new strength, carrying herself not as a victim, but as someone who had faced darkness and survived. The seal and his canine did not stay to be thanked. They left as they had come, blending back into anonymity, carrying the weight of yet another memory that would never make it into official records. But for them, this was enough. Service was not about recognition. It was about showing up when it mattered most, even when no one was watching. As time passed, the restaurant thrived. Customers came not just for the food, but for the warmth that seemed to fill the place. The owner's daughter smiled more easily again, her laughter returning in small, genuine moments. She understood now that kindness could appear in unexpected forms, that second chances were sometimes delivered by strangers who asked for nothing in return. If this story touched your heart, if it reminded you that courage and compassion still exist in a world that often feels overwhelming, take a moment now to like this video, share it with others, and subscribe to channel name. Your engagement helps keep these stories alive and reaching people who may need hope tonight. Before you go, there is one special request. Please comment below with a single line about what this story made you feel or what kindness means to you. Your words might be the encouragement someone else needs to keep believing.